Hi, this is Josh Kulp, Daf Shevui Masechet Ketubot. Sorry for the delay in this video. I got caught up with the Chagim, and I'm glad that you guys are still interested in watching these videos, but I'm sorry that it's a little bit too late. I wanted to explain the Gemara that begins in the bottom of Ayin Vav and really occupies most of the rest of the Daf. It is a very confusing halacha. Rav Yehuda said the name of Shmuel, Hamachlif para b'chamor. So let's use names over here. Reuven is the owner of the para, and Shimon is the owner of the chamor. So umashach bal hachamor et para. So the owner of the chamor, Shimon, takes the para, right? And so now he's acquired the cow. Velo he speak bal hapara, the owner of the cow, who's already given his cow to Shimon. So Reuven's already given his cow to Shimon. He hasn't gotten yet the donkey, and the donkey dies, both of whom are in the possession, or at least being held, by Shimon. So Shimon, what's Shimon going to claim over here? Shimon's going to claim the donkey died after he already took the para, the cow, and therefore it was really Reuven's donkey that died, and tough luck for Reuven. And Reuven is going to claim, no, Shimon, you took the para from me, and the donkey was already dead, and therefore there was never any proper acquisition over here. Okay, so let's just get it down carefully again. Reuven is the owner of the cow. Shimon is the owner of the chamor. Shimon now has both animals in his possession, one of which is dead, but we don't know when that chamor, then that donkey, died. If it died after Shimon took the cow, then it was Reuven's donkey that died. If it died before he took the cow, then it was Shimon's donkey that died, and there was never any proper acquisition, in which case Shimon would have to return Reuven his cow. Al Baal HaChamor, this is Shimon, the burden of the proof is on Shimon to prove that the donkey was alive when he took acquisition of the cow. And there are a number of reasons given in the Rishonim for this. It's not particularly straightforward. After all, right now you'd think Shimon is holding on to the para. So if Reuven should have the burden of proof, and the Gemara is going to discuss that about who the burden of proof is on. Some of the Rishonim, one example of an explanation of this in the Rishonim is that there was never any proper exchange, right, of kinyan over here. It wasn't that we don't know whose property this died, and we don't really know if there was ever an exchange. In which case, the para should revert back to its last established owner, which is Reuven, its original owner. Okay, even though Shimon now possesses it, his very act of possessing it is in doubt whether that was legal, in which case it should go back to its original owner. Another interpretation is that whenever we find something currently, we assume that current state goes back until we can prove that it didn't exist. We now find that the donkey is dead. And so therefore we can assume the donkey is dead until the last state, which was before the drawing of the cow, before Shimon took possession of the cow. So since we can't prove that it was alive, then we have to assume it was dead as far back as we can imagine, in which case the whole sale is nullified. And another third explanation is, and this I think is to me probably the most salient one, since it was Shimon's property, right, that the doubt was born on. It was Shimon's chamor originally, his donkey, and the problem occurred to his property. He must prove something with regard to his property, even though the other person is the pursuer. Right? In other words, generally speaking, the pursuer, the one, the claimant, has the burden of proof, but not in this case, because the doubt occurred to Shimon's property and not to Reuven's property. And therefore, Shimon has the burden of proof to say that his donkey was alive when he acquired the para, when he acquired the cow. Just another word about this whole page and some of the stuff we've been learning in general, just to reiterate, really, these are basically very important halachot, not per se for the specific issue, but for establishing legal precedents as to what to do when two people make a counterclaim and you have to decide in favor of one of them, and there is no proof, there are no evidence, there's no physical evidence, there's no witnesses, there's no real record. What kinds of assumptions do we make in such cases? That's really the importance of this daf and many of the dafim we've been learning recently.